Good evening, everyone. We are now live in CAD Community Asia Facebook page and Solidworks Users Group Philippines in Facebook and in YouTube for for Solidworks, for our first series for CAD Guru Challenge, a Solidworks series. So inviting everyone to please join us in Facebook, CAD Community Asia. Like and follow CAD Community Asia. And we are also in LinkedIn, SolidWorks User Group Philippines in the Facebook and in LinkedIn. So our first series will be SolidWorks 2D sketching. Ayan, so please do invite your friends and the colleagues to join us. We'd like to acknowledge the following schools and organizations that made this live stream possible. Beniljan Industrial Designers, Bataan Peninsula State University, JPSME Palawan State University, CEAT College Student Government, Central Philippine State University, JPSME IRIS, Central Philippine University Engineering Student Council, Batangas Chapter Junior PSME, Don Marcos Mariano Memorial State University, and Mid La Union Campus Junior PSME. Also, we'd like to thank PSME Parañaque Chapter for making this possible. Okay, so let's start our workshop. Let's start with a prayer and our national anthem.
PSME Prayer. Heavenly Father, Maker of heaven and earth, we thank you for the Filipino mechanical engineer, for our profession, and for our organization, the PSME. You have sown us as seeds, scattered here and abroad as PSME engineers, humble planners, designers, and builders of all things mechanical, our proud testament to the glory of your creation. We bring before you the fruits of our profession, forged by the fire and burning passion of the PSME mission. Professionalism, to help us maintain the integrity of the engineering profession. Please keep our hearts true to the highest ethical principles of our field. Service, to enable us to contribute to the enhancement of science and technology. We pray for all Filipino mechanical engineers to work together as one in shaping the economic growth of our country. Motivation, to uplift the engineering profession. Please help us promote fellowship and cooperation among all Filipino mechanical engineers and to instill nationalism among PSME members. Excellence, to enable us to become outstanding PSME members. We pray for all Filipino mechanical engineers to actively contribute to the advancement of the profession, to be recognized globally as we develop the talents you have given us. Help us to provide sustainability to the changing world. May the PSME bring together all Filipino mechanical engineers, and as one, stand united as beacons of strength and stability to the world. All this we pray through you, our Heavenly Father, forever and ever. Amen. The PSME Creed. We, the mechanical engineers of the Philippines, conscious of our responsibilities to God, our country, and our fellow men, affirming our adherence to the Code of Ethics for Mechanical Engineers, desirous in participating and contributing in the social, economic, and industrial growth of our country, determined to support one organization that shall embrace the mechanical engineering profession, have resolved to unite to accomplish these aims by constituting a national organization of mechanical engineers. PSME Core Values. I am a person of integrity. I act with honesty, transparency, and accountability. I do the right things the right way. I maintain professionalism at all times with high respect for others, observing proper conduct, following the Code of Ethics, honoring commitments, and acting fairly and with dignity. I strive for excellence, thereby achieving the highest standard of performance in all my undertakings. I internalize teamwork. I act with sense of urgency, mindful of entrepreneurial spirit, and work with unity, cooperation, collaboration, synergy, and convergence towards a common goal. I exercise leadership with humility and characterized by stewardship. I lead by example, walk the talk, and celebrate success as owned by all members of the team. I embody concern for stakeholders, especially the welfare of our members, employees, and all we work for, and those who work for us. I am an integral part of a resilient, nationalistic, and God-fearing organization. I weather the odds and implore peace, harmony, kindness, good work, love of country, and social responsibility.
Everyone, please don't forget to register for today's training. And please keep sharing our live stream to reach more students and participants who might be interested in this training. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, everyone, I'd like to introduce to you our instructor for tonight. She is the product design enthusiast at Lumikha. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to call on Melj Bakiran. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Okay, so hi guys, let's start. Hi everyone, once again, I'm your guest speaker, Miss Melj. When we open Solidworks, we have our welcome window. We can create a part, assembly, and drawing. But we're going to focus on part. To make a part, let's simply double click. Now we're going to know the interface. On our left, right here is the Feature Manager Design tree. On the very top, we have our menu bar. This is the menu bar. This is the Command Manager. That's our Command Manager. Our graphics area. And task pane. We have our head-up toolbar. And that's all in the interface. Let's sketch on a plane. I'm going to choose top plane, right-click, and select sketch. Now we are going to know the basic relations. But first, let's create a line. To create a line, go to Sketch tab, click Line. Notice there's a drop-down option. When we click that, we have center line and midpoint line. But for now, we're going to focus on line. Let's create a diagonal line and another diagonal line. Hitting escape on our keyboard. Now I want this line to be vertical. The sketch relations for that is vertical. To add sketch relations, simply click our diagonal line, go to our left, and click vertical. To rotate, on our graphics area, hold our middle mouse button. Notice we are rotating. To go back to our normal 2 view, hit spacebar on our keyboard. Notice there's a window pop up. We have isometric view, Control 7, top, front. Click normal 2 or Control 8. Now we are back on our normal 2 view. To simply pan, hold Control and select our middle mouse button at the same time. Notice, when we added vertical constraint, there's a green box. That's our constraint. To simply delete our constraint, select our green box and simply hit delete. And now I want this line to be horizontal. The relation for that is obviously horizontal relation. To add horizontal relation, select our diagonal line, go to our left, and click horizontal. Our next basic relation is coincident. I want this endpoint and this endpoint to be coincident. To do that, select our point, holding Control, and select our endpoint of this horizontal line. Go to our left, select coincident. The coincident relation can be one point to lie on a line, or a circle, or an arc. Let's create a circle. Go up. Notice our circle has a drop-down option. We have circle and perimeter circle, but we're going to focus on circle. Let's left-click and left-click. Hit escape. Now I want this horizontal line and our circle to have a smooth transition. The relation for that is tangent. To add tangent, select our horizontal line, holding Control, selecting our circle, and make tangent. When I move our circle, it has a smooth transition. Notice. Let's add another circle. Left click and left click, hitting escape. Now I want this center point of our circle to be coincident with this center point of our circle. We have a relation for that, but we can simply click this center point of our circle and this center point of our circle and make that coincident. But we have another relation. The relation is concentric. To add concentric, simply select our circle, hold Control, select our circle, go to our left, and click concentric. Notice, when I move this circle, I move the center point of our circle. The circle stays on the middle of this big circle. Okay, guys. Hi, everyone, and welcome Aleth, Gemma Roa, Joan Mongado, Benedict. Let's continue. The next relation is going to be equal. The next relation is going to be equal. Let's delete this circle, holding Control, select the circle, and hit delete on our keyboard. Let's make another line, going to sketch, clicking line. Let's make a diagonal line. And when I left click and left click, notice we are creating a chain of lines. To simply end the chain of lines, let's hit double left click. Hitting escape, I want this line to have a horizontal constraint. Select our line, go to our left, and make horizontal. Now we're going to delete these lines. Hit delete, selecting our line, and hit delete. I want this line to have the same width with this line. The relation for that is equal. To add equal, select our line, hold Control, select our line, make that equal. Now they have an equal constraint. Let's add another line. Let's add a vertical line here. Notice, on our bottom of our eraser pencil, we have a yellow box. That is an inferred relation. Notice the yellow box. When we left click, meaning we're going to commit to that inferred relation, double left click to end the chain of lines, hitting escape. When we committed to the inferred relation, we now have a relation of vertical. Hitting escape, let's make this line and this line equal. Let's add an equal constraint. Select our line, holding control, select our vertical line, and make equal. Next, we have a parallel relation. Go to sketch. Let's create lines. Left click and left click. Double left click to end the line of change. Left click and left click. And double left click to end the chain of lines. Hitting escape. I want this line and this line to have a parallel relation. To do that, select our line, holding control, selecting this line, go to our left, and make parallel. Let's create another lines, a horizontal line, left click, double left click, left click, left click, and double left click, left click, left click, and double left click. Hitting escape. Our next relation is the collinear relation. The collinear relation causes selected lines or ellipse axis to lie on the same line. So to add collinear relation, selecting this line, holding control, selecting this line, and this line, go to our left, and click collinear. We now added a collinear relation. The next relation is symmetric. Let's create a line, a vertical line, left click, double left click to end the chain of lines, left click, and left click. Hitting escape, go to our sketch, select this drop down option on line, and select center line. Let's left click and left click, double left click, hitting escape. Let's add a vertical relation on the center line. To add a symmetry relation is to simply select this line, holding control, selecting this line and this line, go to our left and click symmetric. Now let's delete all these lines. Let's make a window selection. Left click and hold. Hitting delete on our keyboard. Let's head to sketch. We're going to create a rectangle. We have corner rectangle, but let's select this drop down option, and I prefer center rectangle. Left clicking on our origin. Notice our dimension field is active. Look at our left. The dimension field is active. We can key in 85, hitting enter. Our dimension field is also active. But for now, let's left click, hitting escape. Notice this vertical line is now color black and this line is color blue. When it's color blue, it's movable. When it's black, it's not. Let's head to sketch and dimension our center rectangle, clicking smart dimension, clicking our horizontal line, keying in 200. Let's hit OK. Notice our sketch is now fully defined. Our sketch is all black and it can't be moved, meaning it's fully defined. When we go to our lower right, it says it's fully defined. Now let's extrude our sketch. Going to features, selecting extruded boss base. Let's set the depth to be 20. Hitting OK. And now, you know the basics. Let's now proceed creating challenge number 1. Selecting boss extrude. Let's delete that. There's a window pop up. Select yes. Selecting our sketch. Hitting delete. Okay guys, hi to Gian, to Bersales, to JM. Now I'm going to create a new part. Let's continue. Let's create a new part. For this challenge, let's set the units to inches. To simply do that, go to our lower right and click Unit System. From mmgs, let's switch to IPS, inch, pound, and second. Heading to top plane, right-click and sketch. Let's head to Sketch tab, selecting circle. Let's create a circle on our origin. Left-clicking on our origin and left-click. Let's create another circle on our origin. Let's now left-click and left-click. Let's create another 3 circles. Hitting escape. Let's make this big circle into a construction geometry. Selecting our circle, going to our left, and check for construction. Heading up to Sketch tab, selecting line. Now we're going to create a triangle, and left-click, and left-click, and left-click on our endpoint. Hitting escape once more. Notice, this line should be horizontal. To make that horizontal, simply select our line, go to our left, and click horizontal. Let's now add dimensions and relations on our sketch. Heading up to Sketch, selecting Smart Dimension, selecting this circular construction geometry. Let's key in 4.50. Hitting Enter, hitting Escape. In our drawing, we have a radial dimension. Let's turn 4.50 into a radial dimension. Notice, our circle is on diameter. Let's make this into a radius. To do that, select our dimension. Let's right-click, go down, click Display Options, and Display as Radius. I'm going to head up to Sketch, select Smart Dimension, selecting this diagonal line and our horizontal line. Let's make the angle to be 120. Selecting this circle, the diameter is going to be 2.2. Selecting this circle, key in 0.6. Let's now hit Escape, zooming out and panning. I want this point and this center point of our circle to be vertical. Let's select this point, holding Control, select the center point of our circle, going to our left, and click Vertical. I want our midpoint of our horizontal line and our origin to be vertical. To do that, let's hover over our horizontal line. Notice there's a yellow box popped up. Let's click that and hold Control, select our origin, go to our left, and make vertical. Now I'm going to head up to Sketch tab, selecting Sketch Fillet, selecting this point. Notice in this pop-up window, a segment has a midpoint or equal relation which may be deleted if we commit to this action. And we will accept yes. The fillet parameter is going to be 6. Let's hit OK. I want this center point of our arc and our center point of our circle to be coincident. The relation for that is concentric. To add concentric, let's select our arc, holding Control, select our circle, go to our left, and make concentric. Selecting our arc, holding Control, selecting our circle, make concentric, selecting our arc, holding control, selecting our circle, and make concentric. Select our circle, hold control, selecting the circle and the circle. Let's make that equal. Notice our sketch is now fully defined. Let's head to Features, selecting Extruded Boss Base, selecting this contour, and the depth is going to be 0.5. Let's hit OK. Okay, everyone, congratulations for completing challenge number 1. Shout out to Benildian Industrial Designers, Bataan Peninsula State University, Junior Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Palawan State University, Sayat College Student Government. Now, we're going to create a new part once more. Go to our Feature Manager tree, hover over top plane, right-click, and select Sketch. Let's now head up to Sketch tab. Let's select this drop-down, and I'm going to click Center Rectangle. Prompted to place this center point for this rectangle, I'm going to place that center point on our origin, left-click, move my cursor. Notice on the left, the dimension field is highlighted. With that, I'm going to key in 100. And I'm going to hit Tab to cycle through the other dimension. Next, I'm going to key in 180. Hitting Enter and hitting Escape. In addition, this challenge needs to be in millimeter, gram, second. So make sure that your units are set to. Heading up to Sketch tab, go to Rectangle, select our drop-down option, and create Corner Rectangle. Let's now left-click and left-click, hitting Escape. Let's select this horizontal line and make that construction. Head up to Sketch, select Corner Rectangle. Let's left-click on this horizontal line and left-click, and left-click. Hitting Escape. Let's now trim some entities. Head to Sketch and trim entities. With Power Trim enabled, let's left-click, hold, and slide. Let's click OK. Heading up to Sketch tab, selecting Mirror Entities, selecting our lines. Go to Mirror About and select our center line. Clicking OK. Let's dimension this sketch. Head to Sketch tab, selecting Smart Dimension. Clicking this vertical line and this vertical line. The distance is going to be 22. Hitting Enter. Hitting Escape. Select this dimensioned horizontal line. Let's make them equal to our other lines. Selecting this line, holding control, select this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line. Head to our left and make equal. Selecting this line, holding control, selecting this line, and make equal. Head up to Sketch and let's dimension. Selecting this horizontal line and this horizontal line. Key in 34. Let's select this horizontal line and this horizontal line. Key in 74. Let's hit Escape. Selecting this point, holding control, selecting our origin. Let's make that horizontal. Hovering over this horizontal line. Notice there's a yellow window pop up. Let's select that. Holding control, selecting our origin. Go to our left and make vertical. Let's now collinear these two lines with this line. Collinear is points lying in the same straight line. Selecting this line, holding control, selecting this line, and this line. Go to our left and make collinear. Notice our sketch is now fully defined. Let's head to Features, selecting Extruded Boss Base, and the depth is going to be 10 millimeters. Let's hit OK.
Okay, hi everyone. For those who don't have SolidWorks, please check the download link in the form. Download and install now.
Okay guys, congratulations for completing challenge number 2. Let's now create a new part. In this challenge, we're going to utilize inch, pound, and second. Now go to our lower right, click this unit system, and click IPS. Now go to our right plane, right click, and sketch. Now let's go to our sketch tab, click this drop down option, select center line. Let's left click and left click, double left click. Select our center line, hold control, select our origin, and make midpoint. Head up to sketch tab once more and click line. Let's left click. Take note, when we're doing speed modeling challenges, the key in winning is creating the outline of the geometry as quick as you can. Then add constraints and dimensions. Now that we created half of our drawing, our intent here is to utilize the revolve feature. Let's now head up to sketch, click smart dimension, click our center line. Now I want the length of our center line to be 6. Selecting this vertical line and this point, key in 0.3. Selecting this vertical line and this vertical line, keying in 0.34. Selecting this line and this line, the distance is going to be 0.6. Selecting this vertical line and this point, key in 2. Selecting this line and this point, keying in 2.7. Selecting this line once more and this point, zooming out, key in 4. Zooming in, selecting this horizontal line and this center line. Notice when I move my cursor below our center line, it changes into 2.14, meaning that we are on diameter dimension. If I move my cursor up, we're seeing the half of 2.14. So let's head down and commit to diameter dimension. Key in 1.2. Selecting this horizontal line and our center line, go down, key in 1.6. Selecting this line, go down, key in 3. Selecting our line and our center line, the angle is going to be 30. Selecting this diagonal line and the center line, key in 45. Zooming out, selecting this horizontal line and our center line. Let's move our cursor down, keying in 0.3. Let's now hit escape. Selecting this line, holding control, zooming in, selecting this horizontal line, go to our left and make collinear. Zooming out, selecting this line, holding control, selecting this line. Let's make that collinear. Head up to sketch once more, click smart dimension, selecting this vertical line and this vertical line, key in 0.8. Hitting escape. Notice our sketch is now fully defined. Go to Features and click Revolve Boss Base. Going to Axis of Revolution, right-click and clear selections. Let's reselect our center line. Go to Selected Contours, select this contour. Uncheck Thin Feature, and let's hit OK.
We'd like to know you more. So to our dear participants, kindly post your full name and school name in the comment section.
Hi to Tutal Toby, hoping you to come here in Philippines. Congratulations for completing our challenge. Let's create another part. In this challenge, we're going to utilize IPS. So head down, go to our lower right, click Unit System, and change to inch, pound, second. Let's now go to our Feature Manager tree. Hover over top plane, right click, and select Sketch. Let's now head up to Sketch tab. In this video, we're going to utilize the mirror feature. Heading up to Sketch tab, selecting center line. Let's create a horizontal line. Let's now left click. Go to line. Let's create a line. Left click, left click, left click, left click, left click, left click, and double left click. Creating a line here and a line here. Hit escape. Let's create circles. Create an arc. On this endpoint, left click and left click, selecting this point and left click. Hitting escape once more. Let's trim entities. Let's trim this line segment. Selecting OK, zooming out and panning. Let's add relations and dimensions on our sketch. Selecting this arc and this arc, let's make that tangent. Selecting this diagonal line, making that vertical. Head up to Sketch, select Smart Dimension. Selecting this line and this center point of our circle, key in 5. Selecting our line and this point, keying in 4. Select this diagonal line and this horizontal line. The angle is going to be 15. Select this diagonal line and this vertical line, key in 135. Now we're going to escape, selecting this point, holding Control, selecting this endpoint of our center line. Let's make that vertical. Now that we created half of our sketch, head up, select Mirror Entities. Selecting our lines and our arcs and our circles. Go to Mirror About, selecting the center line, and hit OK. Let's add more dimensions. Selecting this vertical line and this vertical line, making that 7.5. Let's add Sketch Fillet. When I hit S on our keyboard, there's a window pop up. Go down and select Sketch Fillet. Selecting this line and this line, this line and this line, the fillet parameter is going to be 0.5. Let's hit OK. Hit Escape. I want our circle and our arc to be concentric. Selecting our circle, holding Control, selecting our arc, and make concentric. Let's dimension. selecting this line and this line, key in 1.3, selecting this line and this line, key in 4.5. This line and this line, the distance is going to be 1.9. Selecting our arc, key in 0.5. Selecting this arc, key in 2.4. Let's hit escape. Selecting this center point of our arc, holding Control, selecting our origin, and make vertical. Let's select this center point of our other arc, holding Control, selecting our origin, and make vertical. Let's select this center point of our other arc, holding Control, selecting our origin, and make vertical. Select our center line, holding Control, let's select our origin, make that coincident. Go to Dimension, select this circle, the diameter is going to be 0.5, hitting escape, selecting our circle, holding Control, selecting our circle, and make equal. Select our center point of our circle, let's hold Control, selecting this center point of our circle, make that horizontal. Select this endpoint of our horizontal line, holding Control, selecting the center point of our circle, make that vertical. Go to Smart Dimension. Let's select this vertical line and this vertical line. Key in 1. Hitting escape, selecting this point, holding Control, selecting this point, make that vertical. Notice, our sketch is now fully defined. Go to Features, select Extruded Boss Base, and the depth is going to be 0.4. Let's now hit OK. And congratulations for completing challenge number 4. Shout out to Central Philippine State University, Junior Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Central Philippine University Engineering Student Council, Batangas Chapter Junior Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers. Let's create another part. Let's now hover over our Feature Manager tree, go to Top Plane, right-click, and Sketch. Let's now go to Sketch tab and click Circle. Let's make a circle on our origin, and another circle, and another circle. Let's hit escape. Let's zoom in. I'm going to pan. Now let's head up to Sketch and click Line. Let's make a line here, a vertical line, a horizontal line, and a vertical line. Let's double click, head up to Sketch tab, click our drop down option, and click Center Line. Let's now make a center line on our origin. Hover over this horizontal line and click this yellow box. Let's double click, head up to Sketch tab, and click Line. Let's now make a vertical line and a vertical line. Let's double click. Let's now hit S on our keyboard and select 3-point arc, selecting this endpoint and this endpoint, and left click. Let's hit escape and selecting this vertical line, holding Control, selecting our arc, and make tangent. Selecting our vertical line, holding Control, selecting our arc, and make tangent. Let's now select this vertical line and this vertical line, and selecting our center line, and make symmetric. Head up to Sketch tab, and click this drop down option on Linear Sketch Pattern, and select Circular Sketch Pattern. Let's now change our instances. Let's make this into 6. Now we are prompted to select entities to pattern. So let's select this vertical line and this vertical line and our arc. And let's click OK. Let's hit S on our keyboard and click Trim Entities. Let's now left-click, hold, and slide. Left-click, hold, and slide. Left-click, hold, and slide. And left-click, hold, and slide. Let's now hit S on our keyboard. Notice there's a window that pops out and select 3-point arc. Left-clicking here, left-click, and left-click. Let's now hit Escape. Go to our linear sketch pattern, select our drop-down option, and select Circular Sketch Pattern. Now our instances is going to be 6, and entities to pattern is going to be this arc. Let's now hit OK. Let's select S on our keyboard once more, and select Trim Entities. Let's now left-click, hold, and slide. Left-click, hold, and slide. And let's hit OK. Let's now dimension our sketch. Go to Sketch tab and click Smart Dimension. Let's select this arc. And let's key in 170/2. Let's now select the circle. And the diameter is going to be 80. Let's select the circle. And let's key in 50. Let's now select this vertical line and this vertical line. The distance between them is going to be 10. Select this line and this line. And let's key in 15. Let's now select this arc and this arc. And let's key in 109. Let's select this arc and this arc. And let's key in 190. Let's now select this arc and let's key in 30. Let's now zoom in. Let's select this horizontal line and select this point. Let's zoom out. And the distance is going to be 8. Let's now hit Escape. Notice our sketch is now fully defined. So let's head to Features and select Extruded Boss Base. Take note, our origin should be placed at the center or middle of the geometry if possible. Let's set this into midplane. Let's now select this contour. Make midplane. And the depth is going to be 15. Let's now hit OK. Let's twirl this down. Select our sketch. Go to Features and click Extruded Boss Base. Let's now select this contour. From blind, let's make this to midplane. And the depth is going to be 10. Let's now hit OK. Okay, congratulations for completing challenge number 10. Shout out to Holy Angel University, Junior Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology, Junior Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Parametric Chapter. Let's create another part. In this challenge, we're going to utilize IPS. Let's head down, click MMGS, and let's make this inch, pound, and second. Let's now go to our Feature Manager tree, right plane, right click, and sketch. Let's now go to Sketch tab and click Line. Let's create the outline of the sketch. Let's create a horizontal line, a vertical line, double click, another vertical line, a vertical line, a diagonal line, vertical line, and double click. Head up to Sketch, select 3-point arc, selecting this endpoint of our line and this endpoint of our line, and left click. Let's create a circle on our center point of our arc, left click and left click. left click and left click. Hitting escape, selecting this horizontal line, holding control, selecting our origin, and make midpoint. Let's add dimensions and relations on our sketch. Going to Smart Dimension, selecting this center point of our circle, and this center point of our circle, key in 3.5. Selecting this vertical line and this vertical line, key in 5.3. Let's select this circle, key in 0.9. Selecting this arc, key in 1.8 divided by 2. Hitting escape, let's display this as diameter. To do that, right click on this dimension, go to display annotations, and display as diameter. Now select our arc, hold control, select this arc. Let's make that equal. Let's select our circle, hold control, select this circle, and make equal. Let's head to Smart Dimension, selecting this diagonal line, key in 1.33. Select the center point of our circle and this horizontal line. Let's select this horizontal line once more, selecting this point, key in 0.6. Selecting this horizontal line and this endpoint, key in 1.5. Hitting escape, let's move this point up. Let's move this dimension up. Now I want this arc and this line to have a smooth transition. Let's make that tangent. Selecting our arc, holding control, selecting our line, and make tangent. Selecting our arc, holding control, selecting tangent. Select our arc, hold control, select our line, and make tangent. Let's select our center point of our circle and this center point of our circle. Let's make them horizontally aligned. I want this point to be horizontally aligned with this point. Let's click this point, hold control, click this point, and make horizontal. We can select multiple points. So selecting this point, and this point, and this point, and make horizontal. Let's make this other 3 points horizontally aligned with this point. Selecting this point, hold control, selecting this point, and this point. Let's make horizontal. I also want this diagonal line to have a distance of 1.33. Let's make them equal. Selecting this diagonal line, holding control, selecting this diagonal line, and make equal. Now we're going to add the finishing touch. Let's hit S on our keyboard. Notice there's a window pop up. Let's select Sketch Fillet, selecting this vertical line and this vertical line. A segment being filleted has a mid equal length. Let's click Yes. Selecting this line and this horizontal line. Again, click Yes. The fillet parameter is going to be 0.2. Hit OK. Notice our sketch is now fully defined. Let's head to Features, click Extruded Boss Base. From Blind, let's make this to midplane, and the depth is going to be 1 inch, and hit OK. Congratulations for completing challenge number 6. Shout out to Polytechnic University of the Philippines Mechanical Engineering Student Unit, Philippine Integrated Fire Protection Organization, Las Piñas, Muntinlupa Chapter, to Beam Philippines. Okay, let's create another part. In this challenge, we're going to utilize IPS. So let's head down, click MMGS, and change to inch, pound, and second. Let's now go to our Feature Manager tree, right plane, right click, and sketch. Head up to Sketch tab and select Polygon. Now let's create a polygon on our origin. Let's head up and select Circle. Let's create a circle on our origin. Another circle on our left. And on our lower right. Let's hit Escape. Let's now go to Sketch and select Line. Let's left click and left click, double left click and left click, double left click. Select this line and hit Delete. Make a window selection and delete. Let's now hit S and select 3-point arc. Let's select this point. Let's left click and left click. Selecting this point, left click and left click. Let's left click on this point and this left click and left click, left click, left click and left click. Let's now hit Escape. And now we're going to add relations and dimensions on our sketch. Go to our sketch, selecting Smart Dimension. Let's select this diagonal line and this line. Let's key in 1.5. Select this circle. Let's key in 3. Select this circle. And the diameter is going to be 0.63. Let's select this circle. And the diameter is going to be 1.5. Let's select this center point of our circle and our origin. And let's key in 3. Let's select this arc. And the radius is going to be 1.5. Selecting this arc. The radius is going to be 1.75. Let's now hit Escape. Let's select this arc, holding Control, select our circle, and make concentric. Selecting this arc, holding Control, selecting this arc, and make tangent. Select this arc, hold Control, select our circle, and make tangent. Let's move this arc. Let's select this line, holding Control, select this arc, and make tangent. Let's move our arc. Selecting this arc, holding Control, select our arc, and make tangent. Select our arc, hold Control, select our circle, and make tangent. Let's select this circle, holding Control, select the circle, and make equal. Select the circle, holding Control, select the circle, and make equal. Select this arc, hold Control, select our circle, and let's make tangent. Let's select the center point of our circle and our origin and make horizontal. Go to our Smart Dimension. Let's click this origin and this center point of our circle. And let's key in 1.75. Let's hit Escape. Let's select this dimension and edit. Let's key in 3. Let's select this line, hold Control, select our arc, and make tangent. Go to our Smart Dimension. Let's select this circle and this circle. And let's key in 5.63. Let's select this arc, key in 5. Let's select this line, but first let's hit Escape. Select this line, holding Control, select our circle, and make tangent. Let's select this arc, holding Control, select the circle, and make concentric. Let's now head up to Sketch, click Smart Dimension, click our arc. Let's type in equal. Instead of using an equal relation, we're going to utilize an equal function. And select this dimension and click OK. Now, go to Sketch, click our drop-down option on line, select center line. Let's make a center line here. Double click. Zoom in. Let's left click and select this point. Let's now hit escape. Go to our sketch, select Smart Dimension, selecting this center line and this center line, and key in 110. Let's escape. Now that our sketch is now fully defined, let's go to Features and click Extruded Boss Base. Let's now make the direction to midplane. Let's select this contour and key in 0.4. Let's select OK. Let's twirl this down, select our sketch, click Extruded Boss Base. From Blind, let's set this to midplane. Let's rotate. Let's select this contour, and this contour. Then let's make this to 1. Let's now hit OK. Okay guys, congratulations for completing all 7 challenges. And in the next month, we are going to have another workshop.
Thanks, Miss Melge, for being the instructor for tonight. Thank you. Okay, guys, no. If you have questions, feel free to post it in our comment section. Okay, no. So let's have a short trivia, no. So when it comes to SolidWorks, both the company and the brand, you can think of it as being a little bit like a coffee shop, offering many flavors to fit your taste. Okay, so whether you are a desktop user, web-based user, or want the best of the both worlds, SolidWorks has options. Okay, so I'd like to add Engineer Jomark Bakiran to join us tonight. Good evening, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Hope we're hoping that this live stream was helpful to everyone, especially who are absolute beginners who are starting out in their SolidWorks journey. So this is once more a reminder to all. This is the first part of 12 series of live stream training for SolidWorks. So next month we will be having part modeling. Okay, part modeling in SolidWorks. So of course, sketching and relations is a fundamental aspect of 3D creation. So we hope you have learned, and after this, you will, as they say, practice makes perfect. So we're hoping you'll be practicing sketching and working your way around and understanding the importance of relations. So yes, Ms. Nancy, can you share us more about the requirements for those who would like? We offer 2 certificates. The first certificate, Ms. Nancy, is the certificate of course completion. Can you share to us more about that?
All right. No? So to those who have an output, you'll be receiving a certificate of course completion. Okay, so we'll post more details in our group. So inviting you to join us in SolidWorks Users Philippines, in Facebook, and in LinkedIn. And also inviting you to join CAD Community Asia. Okay, and to those who uh, or they can pass an output, you'll also receiving a certificate of event participation.
Okay, so once more, the assignment, your homework to grab a hold of a certificate of course completion is to those who have registered. We will forward a set of 10 2D drawings for you to create in to sketch, and you also have the option to extrude that in SolidWorks. So once more, for those who are opting to have a certificate of course completion, if you have registered, we will forward 10 2D drawings, 10 challenges for you to sketch and extrude in 3D. So once more, you have to submit that output. If you have registered, we will forward that to the challenges. For those who are opting only just a certificate of event participation, please comment down below your name. Tama ba, Miss Nelsie? Your name and your school or company name as attendance check. Okay, so yep, next month will be our part 2 of 12. So this time will be part modeling. And yeah, please subscribe to SolidWorks Users Philippines to be updated, not only about SolidWorks, but also with regards to the claiming of certificates. Okay, Miss Nelsie, do we have any more announcement?
Yeah, let's open the floor for a question and answer no regarding the training. So if you have questions, feel free to post it in our comment section. Okay. Yun, our floor is open for question and answer for your question. So feel free to post your
Uh,
question. Okay.
Miss Nelsie, can you please comment once more the link for the registration? For those who are latecomers, Miss Nelsie is going to comment down the registration link.
Okay, I'll be posting the registration link, and please register now because we'll be closing it anytime tonight. So we'll be
Yep.
closing it once we end our live.
Once more, before we end this, shout out to our this live stream was made possible by our friends in Binildian Industrial Designers, Bataan Peninsula State University Junior, PSME, Palawan State University, Sayat College Student Government, Central Philippine State University, JPSME, Eulogio Amang Rodriguez Institute of Science and Technology, College of Engineering Student Government, Central Philippine University Engineering Student Council, Batangas Chapter, JPSME, Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, Mid La Union Campus, JPSME, University of San Jose Recoletos, JPSME, Mapua Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Student Council, Batangas State University Mechatronics Engineering Student Society. Happy birthday to Sir Roque of also to Philippines Integrated Fire Protection Organization Las Piñas Muntinlupa Chapter, BIM Philippines, Digital Creatives Philippines, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Mechanical Engineering Student Unit, Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Parañaque Chapter, Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Metro South, Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology, JPSME, Holy Angel University, JPSME, Wacom users, and Adobe Community Philippines. Okay, so once more, thank you all, and see you next month for our part 2. Next month's topic would be part modeling. What's the third one, Miss Nelsie? Do you have the schedule there? Do you have a copy of the schedule?
Um, we'll be updating our calendars, no. So the next event that is posted in our YouTube channel is the Master Part Modeling in SolidWorks.
Okay, I
Okay.
think I have the copy here. I'm going to screen capture this one.
Okay, no. And just to add up, we'd like to greet Engineer Nelson Pasamonte a happy birthday to you, sir.
Yes. Yep, to our friends in University of Santo Tomas, shout out to Sir Nelson Pasamonte. Happy birthday to you. And yeah, to Engineer Paul Roque as well of Philippine Integrated Fire Protection Organization. So I'm showing now our schedule. So the third installment is surfacing. Fourth one, forms. Fifth one, sheet metal. Sixth one, multi-body. Seven is assemblies. Eight, drawings and annotation. Nine, animating parts. 10, we'll go diving into photorealistic rendering. 11 and 12 would be simulation studies. Okay, so yep, once more, thank you to all who has participated. Also, we will the live or the replay of this will be available in digital creatives worldwide. Okay, so we have made a condensed course for this, which will be free to everyone. Once more, free to everyone. So stay tuned for that. To all who has registered, we will be forwarding the link for you to access the course. Okay, Miss Nancy. So I guess it's time to say thank you and goodbye, everyone. Good evening, everyone. And yeah, see you next month.
Ayan, Sir Jomark, hold on. I'll just answer the questions po.
Yep, I'm seeing questions. Yes, you can use this as for CPD as self-directed learning. Thank you, Sir JM Calales, for joining us.
Yes, ayan. You can use the certificate, no? Okay, no? And for those who are looking and seek of constant licensing model changes and escalating prices from your CAD software provider, no, so with SolidWorks, you can choose a floating or name user license and a perpetual or rental options. So if you're interested, please do send us a message in our Facebook page.
Okay, so we'll be leaving you with a few messages from our supporters. So once more, in behalf of Melj and our friends in SolidWorks Users Philippines, thank you for joining us this evening. See you all soon. Thanks, Miss Nelsie.
Bye, everyone.
Wacom's latest line of interactive pen displays provide a natural and ergonomic way for industrial designers and engineers to work in CAD programs like SolidWorks and Fusion 360. Wacom's new ProPen 3D is designed for CAD modeling and provides the same functionality as a 3-button mouse, opening the door to driving CAD programs on screen for improved comfort and productivity. Working with a pen on screen is more natural and ergonomic than using a mouse and creates an immersive CAD experience as users feel more connected to their work. Wacom devices streamline the design process because they integrate with most design software programs. CAD software titles like SolidWorks recognize pen and touch as an effective way to create 3D geometry, and they continue to implement built-in pen functionality. Fusion 360 is also optimized for pen input and is an efficient and ergonomic way to use Wacom's newest technology. Getting familiar with the Wacom devices will help you dive right into the CAD software and create models with confidence. Most of Wacom's Cintiq Pro displays have built-in multi-touch capabilities and give you full on-screen control using your finger or a Wacom pen device. With these touch features in place, there are tremendous software enhancements that come from touch interactions, producing an interactive and efficient workspace. There's also a convenient digital keyboard that can be brought up on screen. Touch capabilities can be turned on or off,
and the display can be moved around to the position and angle you'd like using the different Wacom ergonomic setups, such as the Wacom Flex arm I'm using here. Speaking of pen devices, the Wacom Pro Pen 3D is a newly designed pen that optimizes the 3D experience with the Cintiq Pro displays. This pen gives you full navigational control in 2D and 3D software in most on-screen applications. There are a few primary controls that make the pen experience natural and comfortable. The tip of the pen is used for clicking on screen, which is the same function as using the left mouse button. The 3 buttons along the side of the pen can have their functions customized for different software titles. The default settings for 3D modeling software are generally set to Rotate for the front button, Pan for the second button, which can also be used to zoom when the button is held and the tip of the pen is dragged on screen, and right-click for the rear button, which can also be used to activate gesture controls on screen. The third Wacom device that enriches the design experience is the Express Key Remote. This is an additional handheld device that allows users to set custom shortcuts and keystrokes in one convenient location. This provides streamlined access to the most commonly used software commands, having different commands assigned to each button per software title. For example, this key here can be assigned to activate the pen command in Solidworks, while that same button is assigned to activate the circle command in Fusion 360. However, it's important to note that any key on the keyboard can be mapped to any of the keys on the remote, enabling you to customize your workflows to your preference. While this remote is mobile and can be held in hand, it can also be conveniently held on the side of the Cintiq Pro display using built-in magnets. This frees your hands to interact directly with the display while keeping the most important commands close by, activating them in a fraction of a second. Now that you're familiar with the features of these powerful devices, let's look at how they enhance seamless modeling workflows in both SolidWorks and Fusion 360.
The Wacom has always been a great tool for design, but now it's great for CAD too. I'm Mark McCauley. I'm a design engineer and a partner at the Center for Advanced Design. I'm interested in how things work, how things are assembled, how to rapid prototype, how to design the tooling, make the molds, and ultimately produce the parts. Switching to pen navigation was easy. After an initial learning curve, it sped up my workflow because working with a pen on a screen was faster, easier, and more intuitive. The biggest challenge to our workflow is time. We're always looking for ways to speed up our process. The Wacom Cintiq Pro helps improve my speed and productivity. It has features like the Express Key Remote. The Express Key Remote has a ton of hotkeys, which allow me to program shortcuts within SolidWorks. The Wacom Pro Pen 3D was designed for CAD users. It provides full navigational control in CAD applications like SolidWorks, completely replacing a mouse. It has a fine tip for precise sketching, selecting points, navigating menus, or even handwriting dimensions. The 3 customizable pen buttons enable you to pan, zoom, or rotate your model. Navigating with the Pro Pen 3D increases my speed and accuracy. It's lightweight and designed to feel comfortable in my hand for hours. Drawing directly on the screen makes me feel more connected to my work. It feels more natural than using a mouse. My work involves moving around a lot to collaborate with my team or with my customers. With Mobile Studio Pro, I can work, design, or present anywhere. Wacom has created the most natural, comfortable, and productive way to work in CAD. With the Wacom Cintiq Pro and Pro Pen 3D, I found endless amounts of productivity, comfort, and connectiveness. What more do you need?